So now we're with the category liquid lipsticks, and I do have to say most of my liquid lipsticks are Jeffree Star Cosmetics because I did like to buy some collections of liquid lipsticks. Because I used to like to buy the collection with the eyeshadow palette because I thought it looked really cool together. So I am gonna start with the oldest collection. So that was the collection with the chrome cap. I always like the component that he uses with all these stars on it, and you can definitely see what the color looks like, which I think is really nice because then you definitely know what kind of color you're using. So I do have two of the same color because one I bought first myself and then I got the whole collection from my ex-boyfriend. And yeah, this is called Butt Naked. It's a very pale color. I cannot use this without a lip liner because then it almost just looks like I have no lips, which looks very, very weird. But I actually do think this is a very pretty color. And what I love about the Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipsticks is that they're actually eye safe. I do have to say I just bought some recently and I did filmed that, and I filmed a trying out video of those, but those are the most recent liquid lipsticks that I bought. I actually didn't buy any new collections. So then with the collection you have the shade Calabasas, which looks like this, and this is actually the same color as the lip liner that I own from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, which is a very, very pretty color pink. Then he always has these like weird-ish colors in his collection. So this is the purple color and it's called You Better Work. And this purple is so beautiful. And I did do a old eye look. I think I'm gonna insert it here because I actually think it's really cute. I did do an old eye look with this color and the green color, which is coming next. I like made them spin around a black eyeliner when I was just very new into makeup, and I just recently got those kind of liquid lipsticks. Well, not new to makeup obviously because I've used makeup like when I was 16. I like did the black thing around my eye, but like new to bigger brands than just things that I can find in the drugstore. So this is the green color that I talked about. It's the shade called Venus Flytrap. And this is actually such a pretty color. Like, it's such a bright green. And if you know what I mean, these two look so good together. They complement each other so nicely. So that's why I wanted to put them together on something that I've tried. Then I have this shade called Hunty, which is a very beautiful brown color, which I have used a lot when I went to school when I put it on a liquid lipstick. And then we have the shade Family Jewels, which used to be, like as you can see obviously, which used to be one of my favorite shades and still is a very pretty dark brown color, and I still like to use dark browns on me. And then the last two. This one is a very, very cool and pretty shade. It actually is like more glittery and shiny than the other ones. It looks very pretty, and as you can see here, like the shine here is not from the outside, it's from the product itself. And this one smells, the other ones like smell like kind of vanilla-ish, and this one smells like bubble gum, which it actually reminds me of this color. And then the last color was supposed to smell like bubblegum too. Yeah, this color is supposed to smell like bubblegum too. This is reflective as well, but not as shiny as the other one. And it's a very more like corally lip color, which I still think it's very, very beautiful. Then I have this collection with the white cap on it, and then like the colors are in some sparkly components, which this one isn't and that one is in comparison. So the color that you see here is gonna be a little bit darker than, well, lighter than the color that's inside actually. But I thought this was a very, very pretty collection. I'm not really sure. Well, I do know which collection this is from. This is from the Alien palette, which is not on sale anymore, and I do have that in my collection. I'm so happy to have that in my collection because that's such a pretty eyeshadow palette. So we're gonna start off with, let me see. Again, there are some like weirder colors in here. This one is called Can't Relate. And this is a more neutral brownish, just like one of the lighter colors from the other collection, but this one is a little bit darker, so I could use this one without a lip liner if I would want that too. Then we have this very beautiful purpley shade, which is called Cloud, and this one is metallic, which is very, very cool. And it looks very beautiful. Like when this hits the light, like it's straight on like shining back to you. Someone on the moon can see that. Like that's how shiny and bright it is. Then I have the shade Hi, How Are Ya? Which is a very pretty reddish color. Which is actually a very weird color because like when you put it on, it doesn't have any glitter or something in it. And then when you do like smacking your lips together, the glitters like do appear more. And it looks very beautiful and stayed on for the lips. Well, it stayed on the lips for such a long while. Like I told you before when I filmed or I showed you the normal lipsticks that I own, I do actually love to use red. Then again a weirder color, YSOTP, but I do have to say this is a blue one. And this is such a weird and cool color. I used to wear this just to school, and I do remember when I first got my driver's license and my mom let me drive in her car because obviously I didn't have my own car yet because I just got my driver's license. And the first ride we went, when I got my driver's license, I had this blue lipstick on, which is actually really funny. Well, to me it's actually really funny because I can like connect the dots and like in my head I can know when I bought that kind of makeup. Then I have this shade Triggered, which is a purple-ish color, very, very dark. It looks very pretty. It's a purple brown color with gold shimmers in it. And obviously the shimmers are not visible when you're just sitting talking to me like this, but when you're closer to me or when the flashlight is going on it, it's actually like very, very beautiful and it has this like very pretty sheen to it. Then I have this color which is called Karma, and this is actually a very pretty green color, I mean. It's a very, I don't know the word for it anymore, but it's a very pretty green color which I used to pair with ochre yellow. Those two colors, like they fit so perfectly with each other, and I think there is a shade in the Alien palette which kind of looks like this, and that's what I used on the like outer corner of my eye, and then the inner part would be the yellow shade if I remember it correctly, or it could just be the other way around, but I just used this lipstick with it because I thought it looked so pretty. Then I have two shades from this collection, the last two from this collection with the white caps. This is called Jeffrey Who. Well, this is a very pretty pink color and this one doesn't have shimmers in it. And then the last one from this collection is called Scandal. And this is a more muted old rose color, which looks very pretty, and well, it doesn't fit every eye look. It fits a more bold eye look and it fits a more neutral eye look, but you just have to keep in mind when you put it on a lipstick like this that not every eye look is gonna fit with it. And then we have the Jeffree Star X Shane Dawson collection. So I do have both of these palettes. I do have to say I loved watching all of the episodes of how they made these palettes and how they made this makeup. It was so cool to watch. I watched the whole thing with Jeffree Star Cosmetics and Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson. And I do have like almost all of the products from the collection. If you saw my lip scrubs, you know I have the lip scrub. The eyeshadows I still have to film, but I do have the bigger palette and the tiny palette. I don't have the first tiny palette because there was a little, yeah, some people weren't very happy that they didn't put a color in, so the second palette, the palette that I own, does have that very pretty color in it. They had these 6 liquid lipsticks, so that's what I have right here. And they did have, I guess, 2 glosses, but I do have one of those. Let me see. I loved the opponent of this. This, like, very pretty dark chrome looks so beautiful, and that's actually the packaging of the lip gloss and the lip scrub as well. So they actually all smell like root beer, which I had never tried before, but I love the scent. It smells so yummy. And this shade is called Shane. Such a pretty, like, weird green brownish metallic color. I do have to say, because of the like whole thing that I filmed on YouTube of how they made everything, I kind of wanted to have everything. Yeah. And this is the shade Oh My God. It's a very pretty light pink shade. This is very pretty as its own, but it's very nice with a little bit of a darker or a brown lip liner. And they all have the same scent, by the way. Then you have the shade I Gotta Go, which is a metallic shade again, and this is a very pretty warm brown orange tone. Then I have again a bright light pink shade. It's called Ryland, but this one is metallic, like you can see in the opponent. It looks so beautiful. And it's actually like very nice to mix these two together. Like when you put this on your whole lips and then this on the highest points, that fits like really nicely with each other. And then the last two from this collection, I have the shades Are You Filming, which is a very beautiful red color. Like, look at this shade. This shade is so beautiful. And like I told you like many times already now, I love red shades. So with a red you can almost never go wrong. Because I love the blue tone red and I love the orange tone red, even though I know they make your teeth look a little bit more yellow than your teeth actually are. And then we have this very pretty bright pink color, which is called Jeffree What the Fuck. And look at this. This is so freaking bright. That's like so beautiful. So I did wore this with a little bit of a more brown toned eye look or something like this. What I have on right now would like fit perfectly with this. This is like a very big statement lip. I think this is more a statement lip than the red one, because look how bright it is, but it's so beautiful. Like, and then I do have all of the Jeffree Star Cosmetics, well, not all of them obviously, but I do have some with the normal packaging, which is the pink cap with a little bit of the gloss on top, well, plastic. And this is in the shade Posh Pies, which is a very pretty brown color. And I do know I have lots of like the same kind of colors, but I do have to say like Jeffree's liquid lipsticks are actually never the same. They're like, even though some of them look very similar, you can always like really see, oh, this one is more warm toned, this one is more cool toned, or this one is a little bit more reddish or a little bit more brownish. So that's actually really nice, because those tones you can really see when you're putting on some makeup on your eyes. Here I have the shade No Tea No Shade, which is a very pretty color. It's actually a little bit of a weirder color. It's a red purple-ish color with a little bit of a reflection in it. I do remember like using that all the time when I just got that. Then I have the shade Dominatrix, which is a very pretty brown color again. Not too dark, not too light, and this is perfect for everyday use. Or an eyeliner obviously, because the Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipsticks are eye safe, like I just told you. Then I have the shade Doll Parts, which is actually like such a pretty pink color, and I think this color fits everyone. This is like a little bit of a Barbie color, but then a little bit more toned down, because this is like a bright pink color and it's not like an old rose color, it's actually more like a new rose color. Very beautiful if you ask me. Then I have this shade Pushy White, which is such a pretty color, and I couldn't help myself just getting this because yeah, the shimmer in it, and it looked so reflective and beautiful on the model's lips. Then I have this shade Androgyny, which is a very pretty color, and like I just said, I have the Androgyny palette and I have the Androgyny normal lipstick. So yeah, a very pretty color. Then I have Red Rum, which is like one of the, I think it used to be one of the best sellers red from Jeffree Star Cosmetics, and if you look at this color red, you know why. It's such a pretty red color, and even though I already have many reds, I couldn't help myself just getting these. And then I have the shade Mannequin, which is a very pretty neutral color. And the other two that I have like laying right here are neutrals as well. So almost all of them have, by the way, the same vanilla scent. I have the shade Celebrity Skin and Christmas Cookie, and I do have the shade Celebrity Skin as a normal lipstick if you've already seen that part. But this is like, I think almost exactly the same color. Maybe it's a little bit darker, but I don't really know that for sure. And then the last one is Christmas Cookie, and I actually wore this, if I remember it correctly, for Christmas. And I think this is such a pretty neutral. I think this is actually one of the prettiest neutrals that I have from Jeffree Star Cosmetics liquid lipsticks. And one of the most recent ones that I bought. Then those were all of my Jeffree Star Cosmetic liquid lipsticks. Then we're gonna go into this one that I have from Physicians Formula. It's called the Minimal Lip Wear Cream in the shade Majestic Mauve. And if, like I said in some other parts of this video, like if you saw my holiday haul from last year, you've already seen this color. It looks very pretty. I actually thought it would be a little bit lighter because of the opponent, but it isn't. But I don't really mind. It's like a little bit of a like vampy-ish style, but the opponent is so pretty as well. It looks like a diamond, just like the packaging says. So that's really cool. Then I do have this liquid lipstick from Kylie Cosmetics. It's in the shade Candy Cake, just like the lip liner, and this is actually one of my favorite liquid lipstick colors that I use because it looks very pretty and neutral on my skin tone, but it does stay on the whole day, and it does stay on when you're like eating food and anything like that. And when it does disappear from your lips, it looks very neutral, and it just like disappears on the middle part, and it blends in with your skin very nicely. Then I have two colors right here from Fenty Beauty, and I wish I had more of these because these are so nice. These are the stained lip paints, and these lip paints are actually very nice, and they stay on your lips like so nicely. They dry up. They do transfer a little bit, but like the thing said, is a kind of stain. Well, no, it's not a stain, it's a paint, but it does stay on for a very long time, and I know I wore this one for Christmas. And this one is the shade Uncuffed. And I do like the way this is looking. It's very different and unique than other ones, and when it opens it spins very beautiful. And the opponent looks very nice as well. It has like so much stuff on here, so I can use like this one and then dip in once again and do my whole lips with these. And they do stay good for such a long time. Then I have this red one, which is called Uncensored. And again, such a pretty red color, and it stays on so nicely. This is a very bright color, and it does remind me a little bit of this color from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. But as you can see, this one is a little bit brighter and this one is a little bit more deeper. A red can be red, a neutral can be a neutral, but like they're almost never the same. It's just like what kind of mood you're into at that moment. Then I have two liquid lipsticks from Ofra. I do have a video of the, well, I do have two videos of this. I got this one in a mystery box, and then I reviewed them, or I tried them out in a different video. I'm first gonna talk about this tiny one. It's called the Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in the shade W.I.N. Woods. I have no idea what that means, but it looks very pretty. It's again a very beautiful bright pink, which I don't mind. It looks very nicely, and these one are very easy to use as well. They are a little bit thicker than the Fenty ones are, but still really nice and very easy to use. And then the other one that I have is in the shade Pasadena, and it's again the Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick, and it's in a brown shade, which I absolutely love. This is such a pretty color. Like, it's actually exactly the same color that you see right there. And it has so much stuff on there, and as I just said, it's a little bit thicker, but it dries like really nicely, and it feels like you almost have nothing on your lips. And then I do have three other liquid lipsticks. And yeah, I do know I have a lot of liquid lipsticks, but I do love to use them. So these are the Maybelline Super Stay Matte Ink. And I do have two shades of that. I have the shade 65, which is the shade Seductress. It looks like this. Very sleek, if you ask me. And then the color looks like this. It's a very pretty brown color. They dry up matte, and the opponent is very nice. It's very big, and it's like, this lasts you for such a long time, I do have to say that. Then I have the shade 15, which is called Lover, and it's a pink shade. This is actually a really pretty pink as well. It's a little bit toned down. It's a little bit darker than your usual pink, but I thought it looked very pretty and I wanted to try this when I saw this, I think, go viral on something like influencer or TikTok. I'm not really sure anymore, but I do have to say these ones are really nice if you're like being a little bit more on a budget, and sometimes in the drugstore they're 1+1, so that's like very nice to have. I think I bought this one 1+1 as well. The last one I have from Maybelline is the Superstay Vinyl Ink in the shade 35 Cheeky. And this packaging looks so nice. Like, look at this. Very pretty. And when you open it up, it has a very big opponent, and this color is so beautiful. So it's actually exactly the color that is on the outside, and it dries like really nice. And this stays on like for such a long while. When I saw this, I really felt like needing to try this out. So yeah, those were all of my liquid lipsticks. So the next product that we're gonna talk about are my lip glosses and a lip oil. So the next product we are talking about are lip gloss. So I'm first gonna start off with my Jeffree Star Cosmetic lip glosses. I do have, again, like 3 different components. So this is the normal component from the normal lip glosses when they first came out. So this is in the shade Legends Only. And this looks so much like, well, this was their first, and then they made the lip liner look like this, which I think is very nice and beautiful. And this is what the color looks like. It's a very neutral tone and it looks very pretty on the lips. It doesn't have any glitter in it, but it just leaves a little bit of a more neutral tint on your lips. It's not that pigmented, to be honest. Then I have this shade in the same component, and it's the shade Ice Cold, which leaves a very beautiful silver glitter on your lips. And it's a little bit of a chrome. It has silver and greenish and purplish glitters inside it. Then I have a different component, and if you remember this dark chrome color, it's from the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Shane Dawson collection. So this was the one lipstick that I own. This is a normal, it's not a lipstick. This is a normal lip gloss which has no color on it, just a like normal sheen, but it smells again like root beer and it looks very beautiful. I like the opponent and I love this color. The other one was a, if I remember correctly, it looked like green slime-ish. I did wanted to have that one, but it was sold out everywhere and I couldn't find it, sadly. And then I have a purple component. Obviously this was from the purple collection with the purple palette. And then it's in the shade Sorcery. And this is such a beautiful, pretty color. Like, as you can see, it's a more neutral toned color. It's not that pigmented, it just has more glitters to it. So it has this more, yeah, it's a pink with a more of a yellow undertone, I think. And then it has this very beautiful purple sheen with purple glitters in it. It looks so pretty. Then I have this Jeffree Star Cosmetics Supreme Gloss, which is totally different than the normal lip glosses. The component looks very sleek and different as well, and this is in the shade No Shame. And the wand is so big, like this. I can do my whole lips with just this amount of product. Because if you look at the wand, it's like such a weird shade. And because of that weird shade, it has so much product in the thing when you're putting it on your lips, so you don't need to use anything more. This is actually a really nice color, and it's not that neutral, but these kind of lip glosses from Jeffree Star Cosmetics are actually more pigmented. Then I have a lip gloss from Nimya, from Nikki Tutorials, and I couldn't help myself when I saw this in the store, so I really needed to have one. It's such a pretty lip gloss and it's in the shade She Said What. I love the orange packaging, like it's the Spill the Juice lip gloss. It looks so beautiful, and then ooh, it looks like this. It does have a very beautiful shimmer to it. It's not like totally mind-blowing, but it's just like this very pretty neutral tone lip gloss with just a little bit tint of color, and then with this very pretty silvery glitters on it. Well, that totally fits in the things I love in a lip gloss. It's glittery. Then I have this tube from MAC Cosmetics. It's called Lip Gloss, and this is the one with no color in it, so that's why it's called lip gloss. It's actually, I used to use this for my makeup school again, and this stuff, that's why I haven't used it that much. Oh my god, it's still on the lid a little bit. It's so sticky, and when you're putting it too much on your lips, it goes dripping down your chin, which is very, very annoying, because sometimes you just want a little bit more lip gloss and it just goes dripping down, which I had never before. But that's just because this product is so thick. It does like shine so pretty with the flashlight. It's so beautiful on the lips, but it's so thick. I do have one from Essence, I think. I'm not really sure. I got that from my sister-in-law as well. It has the same kind of tube, so I will put that in the screen, a picture of it, but I don't have that with me right here. I have that at my work. I do think I have that one like half empty, and it's a very pretty one. It does have a little bit of a glitter in it, and it has a little bit of a fruity scent to it. Then I have these two lip glosses from Pat McGrath, and I think they're so cute. They're little hearts, and they're not that big, as you can see, but you're supposed to open them like this. They turn around, and then you open it up, and then the products come out. It's not that pigmented, but it does have a very nice scent to it. Yeah, a very like subtle tint of vanilla, not too much, not like that it's like all in your face, but you can barely smell it, and it's really, really nice. I love how tiny it is, very easy to take in your bag with you, and they're really, really cute. So this one is a little bit darker, and then this one is a little bit more neutral. They're actually like more pigmented than I thought they would be, which is actually really nice sometimes for a nice lip gloss. Then I have two lip glosses from Revolution. The Revolution X Roxy lip gloss. And does it have a shade name? I don't think it does. I do think this is very beautiful. I do have a little review of the collection, because I bought the collection. There is an eyeshadow palette with it, and I did have a lip liner, but that one unfortunately broke. If you saw my lip liner collection, not these kind of videos, not like the whole makeup collection, but like a video a little bit while back. But I do have to say, this is such a pretty pink color. It's really nice, and it does have like very nice pigment to it. Then the other Revolution one that I have is from France, and it's in the shade Joey. I think this looks so cute, and it has all these brads on the top, but this one is actually very, very thick. So as you can see, this is such a thick lip gloss, so, and really, really pigmented. So when you're using this one, because I love this color, this is so beautiful, but when you're using this one, you should probably use a little bit, because otherwise it's like having those weird sticky things between your lips, which is not nice at all, if you know what I mean. Then I have this Fenty Beauty lip gloss in the shade Diamond Milk. I love the opponent, by the way. This is such a pretty like shape, and when you open it up, it has this very big wand, and it's just a lip gloss with lots of pretty glittery shimmers, silvery glitters, which I absolutely love. This one is a little bit thick too, not as thick as the Revolution one. Then I do have one lip gloss from Morphe. It's the Morphe X Maddie Ziegler lip gloss in the shade Brilliant Lèvres, I guess. I'm not really sure. It's just this like normal lip gloss. It's nothing special. It was from a collection with Maddie Ziegler, I get. Hello? From Maddie Ziegler, I guess. It's a little bit thick, and it just has a little bit of a pink tint to it, but nothing more than that. And I do like the little lips on the cap. They're very, very cute. Then I have the Too Faced lip injections in the shade Sugar Plum Fun, and it looks like this. It's a tiny one and it definitely makes my lips burn when I put this on. And it makes them look a little bit more plump, like for a little while. But it does have this like very pretty pinkish purplish shimmer to it, and it's actually like very pigmented because it makes your lips like exactly this color of pink, which is really nice. Then I have this lip gloss from Noosh, and I do again have this on my channel. I reviewed a little collection of Noosh. Noosh is a Dutch influencer for those who don't know this brand, and I actually think this is a very pretty brown lip gloss. It's like more pigmented than you think. It's not as pigmented as the Revolution one, but it does leave a pretty brown color on your lips. Then again, I have from NYX, from my old advent calendar, I have 3 lip gloss shades left. So they're actually the butter glosses and they look so similar. The inside is just the same as the outside. This is the shades Paraline, the shade Brownie Drip and the shade Butterscotch. And they look like this. They're actually a little bit dark than kind of glosses I usually use, but I still wanted to make them up. They're not my favorite, by the way, but they're like nice. Then I have this lip gloss from Labello. I did not know they had lip glosses, but I really love this color. It's such a pretty pink color. It's not that big and it's really nice to put in your bag when you just want to take a little cute lip color with you. So my little sister and my mom had this, and then I kind of wanted this one as well. So they did have more colors, I think. I don't know if it actually has a shade name, but I thought this pink color looked very beautiful and pretty. Then I have 2 lip glosses from Ofra. I have this pink one, it's called Lip Gloss Love. It's a very beautiful pink color with pink glitter in it. The glitters are very subtle, so you won't really see those. And then the other one from Ofra is called Lip Gloss Blissful, which is a brown shade with glitters in it. Ooh. They're actually like kind of really thick, but you could see that. And this one is like, they're both actually like kind of really pigmented, which are actually really nice because they are actually like really pretty colors. I do have a lip oil from Hema. It's actually a very pretty color. It's a pink color and it does look very beautiful on the lips. It does have a little bit of a pink tint, you can barely see it. But when you put it next to something that doesn't have a tint, you'll definitely see it. The cap is green because that's like the color of the collection, I guess. And yeah, this is very pretty on the lips. It feels very nice. It makes the lips feel really hydrating and it does have a pretty shine to it. And then the last brand I have lip glosses from are Colourpop. So if you followed me for a while, you know that I bought the Colourpop X Wings Club lip glosses and the eyeshadow palette. So these are all of the lip glosses. I do have a little short of them, of me trying all of them on. This one is called Tecna. This is the very pretty purple color. And they actually are like not that pigmented. They do have a little bit of the tint that the color is. So this has a little bit of a purple tint to it, and they have the glitters that are in here. So a little bit of a purple tint on your lips with purple glitter. Very, very beautiful. Then you have Stella, which is obviously the yellow one with a very pretty golden tone to it. It obviously again has this purple hue to it and then the very pretty yellow glitters to it. Those glitters are like so beautiful when you're like sitting in the sun and the sun hits your lips when you're wearing those kind of glosses. Like, it's so beautiful. I have the green one, which is called Flora, and like the other ones, green shimmers and a green hue to it. Then I have the blue one, which is called Aisha, and it looks like this. Such a pretty blue color. Then we have a more red pink one, which is called Musa. And this one obviously has a little bit more of a darker tint to it, and then red pinkish glitters. And then the last one that I have is pink, and this one has pink sparkles in it and a little bit of blue sparkles in it, and it's the shade called Bloom. And it does have this pink hue to it. Very beautiful. And those were all of the lip glosses that I have in my collection.